Again, time for Oklahoma City Dodgers baseball here on Your View on Cox. As we welcome you to Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark in downtown Oklahoma City, it's the Dodgers taking on the Omaha Storm Chasers. Game 2 or 3 in the series. Winner looking to take 2 or 3 from the other. And every game from here on out is very important for the OKC Dodgers. Just 14 games to go in the regular season as they look to win an American Northern Division title. Good evening, I'm Alex Friedman. Welcome to Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. My partner tonight is Grant Hansen as the Dodgers again play the finale of a 3-game series against Omaha. Now for the Dodgers, they've struggled to consistently produce runs over the last couple of weeks, but due to the re-addition of a familiar name on the roster, he certainly has helped the cause.
Yeah, ever since Travis Tyrone has returned from the disabled list, he's been a big boost to this Dodgers lineup, hitting safely in 4 of the last 5 games, including the big 2-run home run last night. The Dodgers offense is definitely going to need those hits with who they're going to face on the mound tonight.
And Tyrone would have had an RBI double had it not been for a base-running blunder, but still drove one to deep right, as you see. And Grant, as you mentioned, a very formidable foe on the mound for the Storm Chasers tonight. It's right-hander Trevor Oakes, who spent a lot of the 2016 and 2017 seasons here with the Oklahoma City Dodgers.
Yeah, and this is going to be Oakes' second start against his former club. Through 6 shutout innings in a win over Oklahoma City back in June, he's second in the league in ERA, so expect a lot of strikes. Need the Dodgers offense to show it big tonight.
Second overall in the league in ERA and first among pitchers that are still active in the league. Well, the Dodgers will try and get some runs going against an old friend in Trevor Oakes and looking to get back into the win column here down the stretch. It's $2 Thursday here at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. We'll have the first pitch next. This is Dodgers baseball and Your View on Cox. Ballpark here is the Dodgers just a couple minutes away from taking on Omaha here tonight. As I said again in our game open, that every game is important from here on out for the Dodgers. 13 games, including tonight, left here in the regular season. I should say 14, including tonight, 13 after tonight. And you can see the Dodgers in Colorado Springs separated by just a half game. They'll play each other 9 times in the final 13 games of the season beginning tomorrow. One final one here against Omaha tonight. So not only will Omaha play here, they've got a series against the Sky Sox in Omaha next week. So the Storm Chasers certainly playing a role in the division race here coming down the stretch. The Sky Sox will finish out a series against Iowa later tonight. And we'll now take a look at the Omaha starting lineups presented by the Air Force Reserves. Leading off tonight in right field, Brian Goodwin continues a Major League rehab assignment. Paulo Orlando and Nicky Lopez after that. Frank Schwindel, Cam Gallagher, and Humberto Arteaga make up the heart of the order. Jack Lopez, Donnie DeWeese, and Elier Hernandez rounding out the starting lineup for the Storm Chasers. Tonight, again, the starting lineups presented to you by the Air Force Reserves. Logan Baucom to make the start for the Dodgers. His last outing was also against Omaha, and it was one that did not go very well. Ran into all sorts of trouble in the 3rd inning and could not make it out of the 3rd inning. The thing for Baucom is avoiding the big inning. If he's able to do that, he's usually pretty good, and we'll talk about how his runs have tended to come in bunches since he's joined the team. Goodwin will lead off for Omaha. This is the now 6th game of his rehab assignment. The defense for the Dodgers Jake Peter and Matt right side, and Will Smith does the catching tonight. And again, mentioned Goodwin's 6th game of his rehab assignment, recovering from a groin strain. First pitch of the night from Baucom, and it misses low for ball 1. Goodwin 3 for 19, 2 homers and 3 RBIs in his time with the Storm Chasers. So a lot of the shortstop moves towards the middle. Next pitch to Goodwin, swung out and hit out to play the left side. Goodwin was 0 for 4 last night. A warm and windy evening, probably the windiest evening we've had in quite some time here at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark, with a wind going from right to left, usually what we see early in the year. Next pitch is swung out, popped up, left side. Farmer into foul territory on the track will make the catch.
And that's a great start to this game. Is for Baucom, 3 pitches and gets an out. What you're going to see for him tonight is basically 3 pitches. He's going to rely on his fastball, followed up with a slider. He will mix in a changeup, though, just for a show-me pitch.
Yeah, last time when he faced Omaha, he also pitched. He ended up pitching a scoreless first inning, but it took him 25 pitches to do it. Not on and one out for Paulo Orlando, DHing tonight for the Storm Chasers. First pitch to Orlando. It's swung out, grounded foul towards the on-deck hitter, Nicky Lopez.
And there you saw a two-seam fastball by Baucom. He pretty much stays with that four-seam fastball, but when he wants to get that run on a righty, he will throw that two-seam, which you saw right there.
Orlando held 0 for 4 last night. It broke a 11-game hitting streak against the Dodgers. He usually gives the Dodgers fits, not only this year, but his entire career. Fouls one down. It's 0-2. As Orlando hitting .330 against Oklahoma City pitching throughout his career. Orlando, 32 years old, from Brazil. He's been in the Royals organization since 2008. Splitting a lot of time between Omaha and Kansas City the last few years. Primarily this year in Omaha, however. Baucom ahead of him at no balls in it. 2 strikes. Breaking ball is hit on a play to the right side.
That's a good spot on the outside corner right there with that slider on the 0-2 pitch. This is something where you'd like to probably see that two-seam in on a righty on an 0-2 count. Let's see if he goes with it.
Baucom's final line from that last start, 2 2/3 innings, 3 runs, 4 hits, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts through 76 pitches. They want it up, they get it up, but Orlando takes it. Now a ball and 2 strikes to the Omaha DH. This is the final time the Dodgers face an American League affiliate this year, so the final game in which they'll play where designated hitter is used. 1-2 breaking ball. Swing and a miss for strike 3 as Baucom's got his first strikeout of the night.
Yeah, you saw the pitch before that. They went with a fastball up in the zone, changing the eye levels, and then goes with the slider on the outside part of the plate for the out. Just a great start for Baucom right here. This is what you need for an Oklahoma City club that at times has struggled to be consistent. Just a great start to this game so far.
2 down for Nicky Lopez. Joined Omaha in late June from AA Northwest Arkansas. Solid numbers upon the promotion. First pitch is called for strike 1. Lopez between the 2 levels, batting .310 on the year. Enters tonight on an 8-game hitting streak in which he's gone 9 for 34. Farmer near the grass at third. Pitch is slapped right to him. 2 bounces, takes a little bit of a tricky hop at the end, but he fields at chest level and throws to first. And as Grant said, an excellent start for Baucom, 1-2-3, and does it efficiently. So the Dodgers will look to jump on Trevor Oaks early as we take a break here in the middle of the first. This is Dodgers Baseball on Your View on Cox. The Air Force Reserves, Tim LeCastro as usual leads off. Andrew Tolles, Kyle Farmer to follow. Alex Verdugo back in the lineup tonight with Donovan Solano and Edwin Rios making up the heart of the order. Matt Beatty, Will Smith, and Jake Peter finish things out. Tim LeCastro looking for the series. He'll face off against a former teammate and Trevor Oaks, who makes his 21st start of the season for the Omaha Storm Chasers. As you see, 8-6, 2.81 ERA. The best ERA among active pitchers in the PCL. Here's his first pitch of the night, and LeCastro will take it for a strike. 118 and third innings pitched for Oaks. Not a high strikeout guy, 62 strikeouts, 41 walks. Going to get a lot of ground balls, batting .257. And there's a ground ball, but it's foul off the left side. LeCastro, after a great series to start off this homestand against Iowa, has been quiet here against Omaha. He's 0 for 8 the last 2 nights after going 8 for 15 against the Iowa Cubs. Pitch is weakly tapped back to Oaks. He'll toss to first for the first out.
Yeah, Alex, you mentioned that he's going to throw a lot of ground balls, and that's just because he's got a really heavy sinker. He's 80, 87, 91 with it. He's a 4-pitch guy, but he's going to rely on that sinker to get ground balls.
The outfield for Omaha is Donnie DeWeese and Brian Goodwin. Humberto at third, Nicky Lopez the shortstop, Jack Lopez at second base, Frank Wendell at first base, the catcher Cam Gallagher. 1 down for Andrew Tolles. Swing and a miss to a slider for strike 1. Now Oaks retires the leadoff man here tonight. Dodgers against the Omaha starting pitchers this series have now only had the leadoff man reach once in 14 tries. Break ball is high to Tolles. Last night Tolles was held without a hit, 0 for 3 with a run scored. 1-1 from Oaks. A little bit off the outside corner. Tolles just 3 for 27 against Omaha this year. Oaks coming off a good start in hitter-friendly Colorado Springs. 2-1, hit well to deep center field. DeWeese on the move. The ball's going to be over his head. Take a bounce off the wall. Tolles heading into second. Throw's going to be cut off. And Andrew Tolles with a double to straightaway center field gives the Dodgers their first hit of the night.
As you see right there, that pitch is definitely up in the zone. And when you throw a sinker and you leave it up in the zone, it's going to flatten out, and that's where you're going to get balls hit in the air. You know, one thing he does is he does miss down in the middle of the plate, and he left it about waist high on that one.
Scoring chance for the Dodgers after Tolles collects the double. Kyle Farmer at the plate. Only 1 for 7 of the series. First pitch is high for ball 1. Farmer's season average now at .294. And missed a good chunk of the first part of this homestand after getting hit with a pitch on his upper arm. You can see the extra padding he wears on that left arm as a result. Takes the pitch outside. It's 2-0. The Oaks last time out in Colorado Springs went 6 innings. Gave up 2 runs, only 1 earned. 7 hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Did not receive the decision. Left in a 2-2 tie. 2-0 Farmer. Fouled straight back.
Yeah, Oaks, who was drafted by the Los Angeles Dodgers back in 2014, was recently traded back in January. He's had a phenomenal year. He's recorded quality outings in 11 of his 20 starts for Omaha, which is absolutely fantastic as a pitcher.
He's also made his major league debut this season. Total of 4 appearances for the Kansas City Royals. In his career, again, 27 outings, 26 starts for OKC as the next pitch misses low. Went 9-4, 3.37 ERA, a big part of the rotation in 2016, division-winning club. And then last year, unfortunately, season came to an end on July the 4th. Suffered an oblique strain while warming up in the bullpen for that start. 3-1, Farmer, it's a sharp grounder, but Jack Lopez to his left, able to gobble up behind second base and throw to first for the second out. We'll see if Alex Verdugo can come through with 2 out here in the bottom of the first. First appearance of the series for Verdugo and first appearance since Saturday. Team's leading hitter. Now Tolles now at third. First pitch from Oaks. This is inside for ball 1. Now the Dodgers never even had a man reach third base when they faced Trevor Oaks back in June in Omaha. Only had 1 man reach as far as second base. Pitch is low. Verdugo in that game against Oaks, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and then a flyout.
It's probably one of the most casual batting stances you'll see for a hitter. Just nice and relaxed, then he gets set.
And now the pitch gets by. Here comes Tolles. He's going to score standing up without a throw. The Dodgers take the lead. A wild pitch gives the Dodgers a 1-0 advantage here in the first.
Yeah, and Alex, we've talked about how this Dodgers team has struggled at times to come up with kind of big runs or big hits. And one thing, when you do have those struggles and you have guys in scoring position, you have to capitalize on mistakes. And that's what they did right there.
Verdugo taking on 3-0. You mentioned Verdugo's stance. It's one of those where it's like it shouldn't be possible to do what he does. Just kind of has that leg hang up in the air. Now he takes a high strike. Our home plate umpire tonight is Clayton Ham. Joined by J.J. January at first base and Derek Eaton at third. That pitch definitely not a strike. And Verdugo draws a walk.
Yeah, we talked about capitalizing on mistakes, and right there, the 2-out walk. That's not something you want to see if you're a pitcher, but if you're definitely an Oklahoma City Dodgers fan, to get a 2-out walk with a big bat up at the plate. This is what you need.
Now, Donovan Solano has been struggling. Really, the kind of prolonged slump he has had all season. Takes the first pitch for a strike up in the zone. Solano was 0 for 8 in the series, 2 for 22 on the homestand, and now 1 for his last 21. Strike one pitch. It looked to be in the same spot, but this time called for a ball.
Yeah, and when you struggle like he's been struggling at times, you just need a chance to get on base. You just need a loop hit, something to get you going, and usually that's what it does, get you out one of those slumps.
Check on Verdugo at first, who doesn't run a whole lot. He'll pick his spots wisely. Now the Dodgers last night put up 2 runs in the second inning to take an early 2-0 lead. Omaha came back to tie it. Pitches fouled back, but eventually won 5-2. Final meeting of the season between the teams. Omaha ends an 8-7 advantage in the season series. Dodgers snapped a 4-game losing streak against the Storm Chasers last night. They're 4-3 against Omaha at home. Another throw to first, and Verdugo didn't have a big lead, but it was a quick move by Oaks. And close, but Verdugo in safely. As I mentioned on our radio broadcast the other night, the last several years it seemed like it's death taxes in Omaha winning the season series against Oklahoma City. Pitch is lifted into center field. DeWeese back towards the track to make the catch. That'll end the inning, but the Dodgers able to get on the board thanks to a wild pitch. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 man left, 1-0 after 1. This is Dodgers baseball on Your View on Cons. Dodgers in front, 1-0 after 1 inning. Logan Balcom through the Omaha top third of the order on 10 pitches in the first. Now has to deal with their most dangerous hitter, Frank Schwindel, to lead off the inning. First pitch, he'll swing and foul it back. Anytime you can face Schwindel leading off an inning, it's a good thing. Sits safely in 25-28. Batting .365 during that time. Gets jammed and fouls it out of play behind the plate. But last night, a rare game in which he was held without a hit. It was 0 for 4, and everything off his bat was pretty routine. Again, second straight start for Balcom against Omaha, looking for better results this time around. Schwindel fouls off a breaking ball. You know, we've talked about Oaks and being a large member of the 2016 division winning team. So was Logan Balcom.
Yeah, I believe this is his third stint with the Dodgers. And earlier this year, he was in independent ball with the Skeeters in Sugar Land through 3 starts, or had 3 starts. And then his contract was purchased by the Dodgers. So he's back in Oklahoma City.
Signed out of college by the Dodgers. Acquired him in December of 2015 in the minor league phase of the Rule 5 draft. And then, as Grant just mentioned, signing as a free agent after this season had gotten underway. Gets Schwindel on a breaking ball downstairs. It's his second strikeout.
Just a great pitch right there. Great slider. And as you can see, he continues to pound that zone, throwing strikes, getting ahead of every batter so far. You see that? Anytime he throws that slider, if he throws it around the knees, it has really good horizontal bite.
One away for Cam Gallagher. First pitch to the Omaha catcher called for a strike. Gallagher, one of 2 Storm Chasers with multi-hit games yesterday, was 2 for 4 the runs scored. Omaha finished with 7 hits on the night. They out-hit the Dodgers 7-5, but winning 5-2. Fastball is down. Now Gallagher 4 for 11 his last 4 games. Former second-round pick of the Royals out of high school in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Breaking ball is line foul off the left side. Now Edwin Rios will chase down that soon-to-be Souvenir. Omaha this season against the Dodgers batting .281. all their offensive numbers have been above their season averages when facing the Dodgers this year. 1-2, poke to the right side, pass to diving Beatty, and squeaks into right with Peter shaded towards the middle. And that's Omaha's first hit of the night.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to tip your cap to the hitter, and on that was just a great pitch by Balcom. And as you saw there, you just stick the bat out and go with it and try not to do too much, and you're going to find some holes.
Now that's the story of this Omaha team and really the Kansas City Royals organization, something they have preached for the last several years. They target guys who put the ball in play. They don't strike out much. They don't walk much. They just put the ball in play. Humberto Arteaga might be the hottest hitter in this lineup, but he sends a grounder to third. Farmer to second for one. Peter to first. Dodgers go around the horn for an inning-ending double play. They turned 3 of them last night, and now another early one here tonight. So after the single by Gallagher on the very next pitch, Arteaga over to Farmer, to Peter, over to Beatty, and the Dodgers take a 1-0 lead to the bottom of the second here on Dodgers Baseball and your view on Cox. The 2 win, and Travis Tyrone started the scoring in the second inning with a long home run out to left field. A 2-run shot made it 2-0. Omaha gets on the board on an Humberto Arteaga RBI single in the 5th. Arteaga then tied the game in the 7th with a home run, but the Dodgers go back in front. A defensive miscue with men at second and third. Just gone right past Omaha shortstop Nicky Lopez to bring home the go-ahead runs. And then Kyle Garlick getting the Dodgers some breathing room with an opposite field shot into the Omaha bullpen. The Dodgers hitting 2 homers in a game for the first time since August the 7th, and they end up winning it 5-2. Edwin Rios leading off the inning. First pitch grounds it through the shift into right center field for a base hit. Well, it's bobbled by Goodwin, and now Rios taking off for second. Throw's going to be late. It'll be a single for Rios plus a fielding error by Goodwin.
Again, capitalizing on mistakes. Now you have no outs and a runner on second base. Now a chance to do something with no outs. Be pretty aggressive now.
Now you see Rios hitting it through the shift with the second baseman in shallow right. Then Goodwin just was looking to see where Rios was when he was trying to field the ball and bobbled it as a result. In the season series, by the way, between these two teams, in terms of errors, as the first pitch to Matt Beatty called for a strike, that's just the 5th committed by Omaha compared to 18 committed by the Dodgers. Now Beatty back in the lineup tonight. Day off yesterday, again slowly progressing back to kind of full strength and no leash as he returns to game action. Pokes one to the right side. It's picked up by Nicky Lopez, who throws to first, but Beatty able to move the runner to third.
Yeah, and that's what you have to do. If you're not going to be able to get hit on there in that situation, you've got to be able to move that runner over. Now all you need is a sacrifice fly or a base hit to score that run.
It'll be up to Will Smith. Now Smith, this series, has started to turn things around. Last night, 1 for 2 with a sac bunt and a run scored. Night before that, had a double and a couple walks. Infield will play in. They shift him, though. First pitch down and away as Jack Lopez plays the left to second.
Yeah, I was talking to Will Smith earlier today before the game, and like we mentioned, he's had some struggles and he's well aware of it. And I asked him, I was like, how are you doing with kind of the average in your adjustment to AAA? And he said it's a grind, but he's going to keep fighting, and all it takes is just one hit to kind of get it going.
Doesn't even necessarily need a hit here. He takes the next pitch low. You see the Storm Chasers again stacking 3 defenders at the infield grass on his pull side. 2-0, hit in the air to deep right field. Goodwin going back at the wall, and it's off his glove. Rios will score. Smith will go to second. It is ruled an error on Goodwin, his second error of the inning. Now Smith should be credited with a sacrifice fly. And if the wind isn't blowing the way it is tonight, that's likely Will Smith's first AAA home run.
Yeah, absolutely. He had a good swing on that, went with the pitch. And that's what we talked about. You capitalize on mistakes. Get a guy over from second, get him to third with one out. You don't try to do too much. You just try to get a sacrifice fly. If you can get a hit, great. Now you have a 2-0 lead, and the ball comes on the mound. Throwing great. Earlier we were talking about how Trevor Oaks he's second in the PCL and ERA. Well, he actually leads the PCL among active pitchers due to Dakota Hudson being in the Major League team with St. Louis Cardinals.
And boy, Dakota Hudson had a huge role in the Cardinals' win over the Dodgers last night. Got Manny Machado to ground out with the bases loaded in the 8th inning to keep the game tied, and then the Cardinals, I should say, took the lead in the 9th. Now a 2-0 Dodgers lead. Jake Peter trying to add to it. Breaking ball from Oaks, called for a strike. Peter didn't play yesterday, 0 for 4 on Tuesday night. Shift on for the left. Breaking ball hit in the air to left field. Wendell push it back towards the track, and Hernandez jumps in front of the wall to make the catch. Well, I think on the last 2 balls in play, you have seen the effect of the wind. It is the windiest it has been here in quite some time, and this is what it typically is like in April and May. Blowing out to left field, and you had Smith, who pummeled one out to right that got knocked down, and now what appeared to be a routine fly ball off the bat by Peter that was caught just a few feet from the wall.
Yeah, I'm not going to call it a circus, but you can definitely tell they're struggling trying to pick up the ball off the bat with this wind.
LeCastro takes the first pitch for a strike. He grounded out back to Oaks, his first time up. Just off the inside corner, it's now 1-1. Trevor Oaks last year, while pitching for Oklahoma City at this ballpark, made 7 starts. He was 3-0 with a 2.43 ERA. A total of 13 career starts here between 16 and 17. Castro pops one up. It's going to get in the seats behind the Omaha dugout.
You see Oaks working that 2-seam fastball on the inside part of the plate right there. See if he goes on the outside portion of the plate with a slider, something off speed right here, and mix it up.
No, he got LeCastro to chase on a pitch well down and away, and Gallagher up with it to put the tag on LeCastro as Oaks gets his first strikeout of the night and the bottom of the second. The Dodgers had another run here in the second inning. Will Smith hits the fly ball to right that would have been a sac fly. He ends up reaching base anyway after it was dropped by Goodwin. And the Brahms Friends and Family 4-pack returns August 24th when the Dodgers face the Colorado Springs Sky Sox. You'll receive 4 tickets to the game, 4 Brahms combo vouchers, and 4 OKC Dodgers hats for only $39.99. Call 405-218-2100 for more information. Jack Lopez starts off the third. It's his first start of the series. First pitch from Balcom starts off with a strike 1. Lopez's last game was Sunday in Colorado Springs. It's 1 for 4 against the Sky Sox. Making up half of the all-Lopez middle infield, but Jack Lopez, Nicky Lopez not related. Now ball and a strike to Jack Lopez, who's originally from Puerto Rico, 25 years old, signed with the Royals in 2011. 1-1 misses inside as these two teams met last week in Omaha. 4-game series. There was 1 total home run hit. It was by Jack Lopez. Malcolm's 2-1 line sharply to right field for a base hit as the leadoff man on for the first time tonight for the Storm Chasers.
Yeah, one of the few times that he's been behind in the count. Yeah, that was a good pitch sequence, though. He was working both sides of the plate, going in and out, just kind of left that one a little bit over the plate a little bit more than he wanted to. And again, the hitter's right there, not trying to do too much, just going with it to right field.
It's a man on for Donnie DeWeese. DeWeese began the season at Dudley Northwest Arkansas, got promoted about the halfway point. Shows bunt, takes a strike. Last night, DeWeese 0 for 2 with a walk, the only walk issued by the Dodgers pitching staff. We've talked about how the Storm Chasers, they don't strike out much, they don't walk much. First 2 games of the series, just 8 strikeouts and 3 walks.
That's pretty impressive right there.
Here's his 0-1. This is down and in. Backhanded stop by Smith. Lopez 12 steals on the season. Now, the third inning was the inning in which Balcom had all sorts of trouble against the Storm Chasers in his last start. Long set at the letters. Now here's the pitch. A little bit inside. Oh, in that third inning, Balcom only retired 2 of the 8 batters he faced. Omaha scored 3 runs. 5 of the first 6 men reached, including a run of 3 straight singles with 1 out. Threw 38 pitches in the inning before eventually leaving. There goes Lopez, or no, he bluffs. The pitch is fouled back. And the big inning in general has been the Achilles heel for Logan Balcom in his time with the OKC Dodgers. He's allowed an inning of 3 or more runs in 4 of his 5 starts. He's given up 18 runs total with the Dodgers. 15 of them have come over the course of just 4 innings. DeWeese hits one deep down the right field line, heading foul, and it will go foul the final section of seats. DeWeese, 24 years old, from the state of Florida. Signed out of college by the Cubs, traded prior to last season of the Royals. Two-two, shallowly hit into center field, another base hit. Lopez will hold at second, and now 2 men on with nobody out.
Not a bad pitch right there, just a good piece of hitting, going down in the zone and getting it. Now you're starting to see in this third inning, Balcom struggled just a little bit getting behind, and in 2 of those counts, where in the first 2 innings he was getting ahead in all the counts. Now you got a runner in scoring position with no outs.
It was up Elier Hernandez, hitting .316 with Omaha, .294 overall in the season. Up the middle at double play depth. First pitch is outside. Hernandez last 9, 1 for 3. Now 2 on, none out for the Storm Chasers. Down by a couple runs in the third. Next pitch, a fastball, swung out and missed, even up the count, and a ball and a strike.
Good four-seam fastball on the outside part of the plate, and he's got to be able to throw that pitch for a strike on the corners of the plate to be able to use that slider, which is just devastating to a right-hand hitter.
1-1 pitch. Breaking ball hit in the air to right. Verdugo a few steps back. He'll make the catch. Lopez heading towards third. The throw being a Peter. A productive out for Hernandez that puts runners at the corners. Runners at first and third for Goodwin, who committed 2 errors in the bottom of the second, and I imagine will be hyped up to try and repay back his team. He popped out his first time up. Goodwin takes the first pitch a little bit inside. Now Goodwin came to Kansas City in a trade with the Washington Nationals on July the 22nd. Total of 53 games between the Nationals and the Royals this season. 256 at the major league level, 4 homers. Pitch in the dirt, but stopped by Smith.
Try to go with the changeup there, and now he's behind another count, 2-0. Definitely in the hitter's count. And this is something you don't want to be in. When you're Balkum and you've been throwing so good so long, for this game, the first 2 innings, behind another count, when you have a bat like this up at the plate, he's going to be very selective on his pitch.
Does not get any easier with Orlando on deck. And it takes for strike 1 to move the count to 2 balls and a strike.
I'd like to see Balkum get a ground ball right here. A nice double play, get out of the inning.
Got one last inning. This is a bit away from all 3.
Three-one count with a runner at first and third is a good count to run on.
And DeWee's a pretty good runner at that. Staying put, though, grounded to the right side. Peter over to second for 1. Solano, though, will hang on to it. Didn't really have a shot to get Goodwin at first. So a run will score. Omaha gets on the board. As again, the ball just not hit all that hard, and Peter having to range towards the hole on the right side of the infield.
And that's exactly what you're looking for if you're the Oklahoma City Dodgers. The ball's hit a little bit harder. You can turn that double play a little bit quicker.
A Goodwin with his 4th RBI of his rehab assignment. He's now at first with 2 down for Paulo Orlando. Orlando struck out his first time up. First pitch, not sure where it missed.
Couldn't have missed by much.
No, it's another ball, 1 count. And Orlando looked like he might have offered at it. J.J. January said he did not. Now 2-0. There's the side view on it, and that's the right call. (2-0) hit well, deep left field. Rios back. He'll make the catch a few feet from the track, and that will end the inning. So Balkum has 2 on with none out, but he's able to limit the damage to 1 run. So run on 2 hits and a man left for the Storm Chasers. Dodgers now in front 2-1. This is Dodgers Baseball and your view on Cox. First pitch at the bottom of the 3rd inning misses high to Andrew Tolles. Tolles doubled out to deep center his first time up and eventually scored. See if the Dodgers can score in a 3rd straight inning to start with their back to 1. Tolles hits another one well. This is in a right center, and Goodwin couldn't make the catch on that time either. Well, that should be a base hit, however, and it is officially ruled one. But Brian Goodwin is just having a bear of a time out in right field.
Yeah, we talked about it. This wind is something else. And as you can see right here, drives the ball to right field, and it is just swirling out there. Probably thought you can see it die right there. Yeah, I mean, Alex, we were talking about the last inning and that last ball that was hit to deep left field. We thought that ball was crushed, and that wind just beat it down. Same thing right there.
First pitch to Farmer inside. The weird thing about the ball Orlando hit, though, was going in the same direction of the wind, though. But maybe just too much of a crosswind straight towards the left field foul pole. Farmer grounded out his first time up. Takes a strike. Now, we told you a little bit about Oaks in his previous time with the Oklahoma City Dodgers. Facing a guy who has been his battery mate in the past. Kyle Farmer fouls it off. Oaks originally from Riverside, California, born and raised. Drafted by the Dodgers out of Cal Baptist University in 2014, part of a 3-team trade between the Dodgers, Royals, and White Sox this January, and made his major league debut against the White Sox as part of a doubleheader in late April. Now, the trade happened while Oaks was at an annual event the Major League Baseball Players Association puts on. It's a Rookie Career Development Summit that's held in Washington, D.C. in early January. As the pitch is lined into center for a base hit, Farmer's got his first hit tonight, and the Dodgers now with 2 on and none out. So Oaks is there at this Rookie Career Development Summit as a member of the Dodgers. Was added to the Dodgers 40-man roster in the offseason. Gets a call while he's there from Dodgers general manager Farhan Zaidi telling him he's been traded. So the next day, he said it was pretty awkward it's like, I didn't have any Royals stuff. I was sitting at tables with the other Dodgers guys one day. I'm now sitting at the table with all these Royals guys. I have no idea who they are the next day. First pitch to Verdugo is high. And he said, although it was kind of weird at first, he said, come spring training, it was great because he had some familiarity with, at least with a few guys that he could know in that clubhouse as he got acclimated. Verdugo takes a strike. He walked his first time up. Now, we've mentioned Oaks' last start, and it had a very inauspicious start to the day, as it was in Colorado Springs, and the team, like most, flew into Denver and then bust the hour and change to Colorado Springs. Pitch is lifted into left field. Coming towards the line, Hernandez makes a catch in few feet in fair territory. Well, Oaks and his teammates had a bit of a delay getting to Colorado Springs from Denver. The bus actually broke down on the middle of the interstate, I-25. And not only, there he is with his teammate Eric Skoglund. They ended up taking an Uber in order to get to the hotel quickly, so Oaks could, get some rest before his, start. First pitch to Solano. This is down. He didn't go. I was told it was in all about an hour and a half delay after you've already woken up at the crack of dawn to fly from Omaha to Denver and then again having to bus from Denver to Colorado Springs, and things did not go smoothly. Weak grounder towards the middle. Sliding stop by Lopez. Nicky Lopez, that is. He flips to Jack Lopez. They get the force out at second. Now with the infielders playing at double play depth, a sliding stop behind the bag by Nicky Lopez. And boy, Jack Lopez actually missed it with his left foot at first, but then did get the right foot on the bag before Farmer slid in.
It was a good pitch right there by Oaks. Jammed him on the pitch, so it was a weak ground ball in the middle.
So the Dodgers once with 2 on and none out. Now runners at the corners and 2 out for Rios. Swings and misses. The bat goes flying off the facade of the second deck. And then it goes back into the stands. Rios has had a few of those this year. And a few days ago, he joked during batting practice. He says, just you watch. I'm going to get one in that second deck. And he almost did. He actually had one earlier in the homestand that went off the top of the net. Usually the players ask for the bat back, for their specific game bats. And I'm guessing that, Rios kind of waved and said, nah, he can keep it.
Yeah, for the most part, if you do launch a baseball bat into the stands, most of those hitters want that bat back. Usually a clubhouse attendant will go give that fan another bat. You saw the fans, you heard the fans kind of get involved in that. They were booing, thinking that he was going to have to give the bat back. He got to keep it, and the crowd went wild.
He hangs on to it, sends a fly ball, shallow left. It's a base hit. Toles will score. So Rios able to just shoot a flare in a shallow left. And the Dodgers have now scored in 3 straight innings. It's 3-1.
Goes down in the scorebook as a hit. Obviously kind of a bleeder right there, but it scores a run, and that's what you need to do. Put the ball in play.
Rios with his second hit, team leading 49th RBI. 2 on for Beatty. Grounded out his first time up. Swings and it's a grounder left side. Lopez able to cut it off. He throws to third offline. It'll be a base hit, but Lopez saves a run from scoring just by getting to that ball.
Yeah, smart play by Lopez. You might see a lot of shortstops try to make that Derek Jeter-like play over to first base. You do that and you launch the ball down the left field line, you're not only going to score 1 run, you're going to allow 2 runs. So real smart play right there. It's something we got to pay attention to is the pitch count on Oaks. Already at 50. 50 pitches in the bottom of the third.
Now, truth be told, outside of Andrew Toll's leadoff hit, the Dodgers have not really made solid contact this inning. As the first pitch misses high, and Will Smith, a guy who did make solid contact his last time up, on a fly ball to deep right field that was dropped. Has the bases loaded. 2 away, 3-1 Dodgers lead. Swings and it's a fly ball into left field. Did he get enough? This ball is going to be foul or fair. It is foul. Nearly a grand slam off Smith's bat.
Talk about what that can do to your psyche if you're Will Smith. That ball's fair. So close. And obviously we were talking about the wind, and that wind just took that ball foul. Straight from right to left.
Yeah, from that second look we had, definitely looked to be foul. So it's just an exciting strike 1. Takes a breaking ball for strike 2. Solano at third, Rios at second, Beatty at first. Excuse me. 3-1 Dodgers here in the third, trying to win the rubber match of this series. Pitch is in the dirt and it's stopped by Gallagher.
Will Smith is from the University of Louisville, and it's kind of how he kind of came up to where he was a first-round draft pick is because he was the primary catcher for Brendan McKay, who was the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
This is Smith's second at bat with the bases loaded with the Dodgers, hitting .295 as a team this year. It's 2-2 now. Swinging a grounder left side. Nicky Lopez to his left. Shovels to second. Close, but it's in time. Boy, Nicky Lopez, even though it was the short way, it was a very close play. And Oaks able to get a ground ball to end the inning. But the Dodgers do add 1 run on 4 hits, leaving the bases loaded. We go to the 4th, 3-1 Dodgers. This is Dodgers baseball in your view on Cox. I remember when I was a kid, I never went to one of those live in person. As the first pitch to Nicky Lopez called for a strike, but I remember the commercials featuring Bigfoot and Gravedigger.
I can only imagine how loud it is in an arena with all that stuff going on.
It'll be a sight to see here at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. Different for sure. Pitch to Lopez is down. Lopez grounded out his first time up. 3, 4, 5 hitters here for Omaha. Now, certainly was a good sign for Bauckham in the third, a guy we've said is susceptible to the big inning, and after having 2 on and none out, limited the damage to 1 run. Lopez, it's a fly into center. LeCastro back to his left, still on the move, jumps up in the wall, and it's gone. Whereas I don't know how Orlando's ball didn't get out. I don't know how that one did.
No, I'm looking at the flag poles right now, and they're still blowing pretty heavy from right to left. I think that ball was just crushed.
6 with Omaha and 8th overall of the year. For the first time all season, Omaha has homered in 4 straight games. That's their 3rd home run of the series. And here's a guy who certainly can hit a home run in Frank Schwindel. Struck out his first time up. That's the first home run allowed by Balkums joining OKC.
You know, and that pitch was actually pretty interesting because after last inning, I noticed Balkum had a conversation with the home plate umpire. It's been a little inconsistent behind the plate. And if I'm pitching it, if I'm Balkum, I'm asking where that pitch is on the outside part of the plate in that last inning.
Schwindel pops one up. Peter taking charge, makes the catch.
And on the home run, he definitely missed on in the middle of the plate. You could tell he was trying to go outside, and I kind of feel like he's trying to have to bring it in a little bit because he's not getting that call on the outside part of the plate.
Now the Dodgers twice have had a 2-run lead, and each time Omaha's been able to answer with a run. Now the pinch hitter, Cam Gallagher, is going to leave this game apparently. Now Parker Morin will come in, another catcher on this roster. And Gallagher ends up singling in his only at bat of the night. First, well, I shouldn't say the first action of the series as Morin swings at the line drive shallow center. LeCastro couldn't decide what he was going to do, and it ends up landing for a base hit.
Yeah, I'm sure with this wind, they're having some issues picking up the ball off the bat behind the plate. And you could tell he was trying to decide whether to come get that or stay back. He didn't know if it was going to hurry.
It's a man on for Arteaga, hit into a ground ball double play his first time up. Enters tonight on a 10-game hitting streak during which he's batting .444. First pitch called for a strike. Now Arteaga last night drove in both of Omaha's runs. He was 2 for 3 with a RBI single and a solo. 4 hits in 2 games in the series. The one misses down and away. Tying run now on with 1 out in the 4th. One to Arteaga. Grounded towards short. Solano to Peter for 1. Throw to first in time. He hits into a second double play tonight. So Balkum ends an inning with a double play for the second time, but Omaha is back in range within a run as Arteaga rolls this one towards short. Dodgers easily roll it up 6-4-3. In between innings, we'll keep it here. Let's send it to public address announcer Jared Gallagher.
Dodgers fans, let's go down to the field for our next great game. It's time to play Marshmallow Madness.
Hey there, Dodgers fans. It's Caden, and it is time for Marshmallow Madness. If you guys will look above you, you can see Bricks and Brooklyn up in the club levels. You guys will have to throw marshmallows up to them, and whoever catches the most wins. So we are going to get this game started. Throw those marshmallows in 3, 2, 1, go. They are throwing the marshmallows. Let's see who can catch them. All right, it looks like Bricks has 1. I'm not sure if Brooklyn has any so far. Bricks has 2, and Brooklyn has 1. Bricks has 3. Brooklyn has 2. Who's it gonna be? Is it gonna be section 1? There's our timer. Who's it gonna be? I think our winner is Bricks with 5 marshmallows. So congratulations to section 106, 107. We had such a fun time playing this game, and we're going to get you guys right back to some Dodger baseball.
Dodgers will look to score for a 4th straight inning here against Trevor Oaks. That'll be Jake Peter, Tim LeCastro, and Andrew Tolles coming up as the Dodgers left the bases loaded to end the 3rd inning. Mention how the Dodgers faced Oaks back on June the 24th in Omaha. Got 2 on with none out in the 1st, but a strikeout and a double play out of that inning. Oaks proceeded to retire 10 of 11 after a walk in the 1st inning. Faced 2 over the minimum in his 6 innings, retired 16 the last 19 he faced. That was part of a run for Oaks in which he made 8 straight starts with 1 or no earned runs allowed. First pitch to Jake Peter is high. Peter flied out to deep left his first time up. Shift on with Jack Lopez playing in a shallow right field. Nicky Lopez to the right at second. Pitch is grounded towards Nicky Lopez, who moves to his left and throws to first for the first out.
Yeah, absolutely amazing stat right there, Alex. And I think a lot of that has to do with just he's got that really heavy sinker, so he gets a lot of ground balls.
But the last 6 starts have been a bit of a different story. An ERA of 5 with opponents batting .333. The Dodgers are up to 6 hits tonight. First pitch to LeCastro, called for a strike. He's weakly grounded out back to Oaks and then struck out on an awkward looking swing last time up in the 2nd. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. That pitch not even close for ball 2.
No, you can see he's not overpowering. 87, 89 right now, but he's got that good sink. On a 2-1 pitch right here, I wouldn't be surprised if you see a slider on the outside part of the plate.
And Morin now behind the plate, so working with the different catcher than he started, and maybe gets a generous call on that slider.
Yeah, definitely rewarding a missed pitch right there. Tried to go on the outside and brought it inside. Well, it's still a strike.
It's been inconsistent to the top of the zone tonight. There's another breaking ball. This one fouled off to the right side.
And that's tough. If you're a pitcher, and I'm not trying to make this about umpires, but when you have an inconsistent umpire behind the plate, it's hard to find out where his zone is. So it's kind of hard to get in a groove sometimes.
Two to LeCastro. Tied him up with a breaking ball for strike 3. He just does not look like he's seeing it well tonight.
Now, you saw a lot of pitches right there. Fastballs in, sliders away, and obviously ends it with off speed right there.
Now, someone who has seen it well tonight is Andrew Tolles. 2 solid hits, a double off the wall in center field in the 1st, and then a line drive single to right field in the 3rd. Now grounds one towards the middle. Nicky Lopez to his left, spinning, throwing to first, and the Dodgers down in order for the first time tonight. So Oaks able to put up his first 0. Can Balcom do the same as we move to the top of the 5th? This is Dodgers baseball on Your View on Cox. Of OKC Dodgers baseball at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. It begins tomorrow through Sunday. Enjoy Friday night fireworks presented by Francis Tuttle and the OKC Disc Dogs tomorrow night, and a Chaparral Energy Family Sunday to finish off the weekend. Tickets starting now at just $9 at OKCDodgers.com. Call 405-218-2150. First pitch to Jack Lopez is low. Omaha trying to score for a 3rd straight inning to pull into a tie here in the 5th. Lopez single and scored in the 3rd. Lopez, DeWeese, and Hernandez coming up. Swing and a miss through a fastball downstairs.
Good two-seam fastball right there with some sink.
One misses low. Same pitch, but Lopez laid off at that time. So obviously a much better start this time around for Balcom against the Storm Chasers. Lopez fouls one off to the right side. Now, you would think most guys wouldn't like facing the same team 2 in a row, but when I ask a lot of pitchers, they actually say it's okay because they get some familiarity. Grant, I don't know about your days. How did you feel about that?
Yeah, a lot of that stuff is based on scattering reports, but I think the more that you face opposing teams, the better you kind of get used to what they do and what their niche is. So I think the more you face another team, it can only benefit the pitcher.
Lopez a ground to the right side, fielded by Peter. Balcom over to first. It's in time for the out.
There's your spring training PFP practice right there. It's usually what pitchers do over in spring training. They usually start the day out with some pitchers fielding practice, and some people think that is just sometimes a waste of time, but you saw that right there. As soon as he throws the pitch and it's hit to the right side of the right part of the field, he is sprinting over to first base. Good job to cover the base right there.
Yeah, Beatty ranged far to his right. Peter called him off. And they get a ground out to start the inning. DeWeese singled his first time up, takes a breaking ball for a strike.
You know, and Alex, to kind of go back to what you were saying, I think a lot of this has to do with kind of the improvement in technology in baseball in general. There's more stats, I would probably say in the last 5-6 years that they keep than they did 10, 15, 20 years ago. So you add all of that technology and the stuff that they do, the film room, watching previous games. It's pretty impressive to see how they do things now.
But at the same time, you know, the hitters are getting all that information also.
I was just about to say, it could probably go on the other side. As a pitcher, I'm going to be biased and always root for my own pitchers. But, yeah, it can definitely go on the other side because as a hitter, the more times you see a pitcher, you're going to kind of learn what he's throwing in counts.
Well, DeWeese probably didn't know a changeup was coming that time, and he strikes out. Third strikeout for Balcom tonight, 2 away in the 5th.
You just see that sink right there. I mean, it's incredible. He's hammering both parts of the plate, which is making it hard for these hitters to kind of get a feel for. And then he throws one right down the middle, and they don't take it. So that's where, as a pitcher, when you're changing the zones up, down, in and out, and you're throwing strikes, it's hard to hit.
And it looked like after that first pitch, Hernandez, I might be reading too much into this, was smiling like, oh, man.
Yeah, I think he missed that one pitch that he was going to see for this at bat. Now you have an even count.
Hernandez flied out his first time up. It's another swing and a miss for strike 2.
And now you're ahead in the count after your pitcher, and everything is on your side. And now you see why you saw that smile there, because that's probably the one pitch that he wanted that he will not see the rest of this at bat.
It's a piece of one, sends it out of play to the right side.
Now we've talked about all the stuff that Balcom has. You saw a 4-seam fastball on the outside part of the plate, which he's primarily been throwing the 2-seam sinker. But when you throw the 4-seam on the outside part of the plate, it gives you so many more options. You can go slider away, 2-seamer in. Let's see what they do here. Slider away, just down the zone.
Balcom trying to get through 5 here. This is the 9th place hitter. So you have that top of the order coming up after this, and which would be the 3rd time through the order, which has become such a big focus with pitchers and in baseball. It's a swing and a miss on a breaking ball for strike 3. A nice inning for Balcom, 1-2-3 with a pair of strikeouts as he gets Hernandez swinging on the slider for strikeout number 4. Dodgers trying to extend a 1-run lead as they come up in the bottom of the 5th. It's 3-2 here on Your View on Cox. OKC Dodgers merchandise from the official Oklahoma City Dodgers team store. Stock up on all your hats, shirts, and jerseys today at shopokcdodgers.com. It's your home for all OKC Dodgers gear. Oak starts off Farmer with the strike. Farmer 1 for 2 tonight. Oaks coming off his first 1-2-3 inning. Swinging a fly ball in a left center field. Hernandez into his left, calling for it, and he'll make the catch. Base is empty for Alex Verdugo. Dodgers trying to restart the offense here. Verdugo has walked and flied out tonight. It's just in the dirt for ball 1. I mentioned Trevor Oaks in the major leagues. This is one of the few times he's been up. He got a chance to pitch in Anaheim. He's from Riverside, California. It's where he grew up going to games. The pitches found out of play, and he had his best outing with Kansas City there. And I was talking to him a lot yesterday, and he said that there was one point he struck out Mike Trout. And, he sees as he's walking off the field at the end of the inning, he's walking off the field. He sees his dad cheering in the stands as the ball is grounded on 2 bounces to Nicky Lopez, throw to first in time. And it was just such a surreal moment. He's like, wait, I'm pitching where I grew up watching games. Just struck out the best hitter in baseball. My parents and family are here to watch. I asked how many people were on the pass list that night. He said he couldn't remember. It was a lot. And now, after getting out of that bases-loaded jam in the third, he is starting to kind of settle into the pitcher we've seen a lot of in the past.
Yeah, there was an interesting article in Baseball America about him back in January, how scouts had been raving about how he can be a potential 200-inning pitcher in the major leagues, how he just eats innings up. So he usually gets ahead in the count, doesn't walk guys, and that's what you want to see from a big league pitcher. So it's going to be exciting to see him in the big league someday, or again.
Now another weak grounder, cut off by Arteaga. It's a quick inning for Oaks. Again, on a fly out and 2 groundouts. The Dodgers offense has now been stuck in neutral after the good start. We go to the 6th. Dodgers still up by a run. This is Dodgers baseball and your view on Cox. Fouls one off the left side. Omaha has hit well at this ballpark all season long. Last night, one of the few times that the offense was tempered. Pitch misses high in games at this ballpark. Batting .293. Scored at least 6 runs. And all but 2 games. Pitches hit in the air, left side, heading towards the sidewall. Rios runs out of real estate. Omaha has guaranteed itself a split at worst in the season series. They look to win for the season series for the 6th time in the last 8 seasons. Goodwin fouls off the pitch to keep the at-bat going.
Yeah, that was good there. This is going to be Balcom's 75th pitch of the game, and one thing I love about him is he doesn't slow down as the game continues. He pretty much stays with the same velocity as he started with.
Fouls one straight down. We've got a battle starting off the 6th. Still a full count to Goodwin. Fouls off it towards the Omaha dugout.
This is one of the few at-bats this game where you've had Balcom get the pitch count up against a hitter. He's been really good tonight of getting ahead in the count and putting him away early in the count.
3-2. Got a fly ball in a left. Wind pushing it back a bit, but Rios will make a step to his left, and a great job by Balcom not to give in and get the leadoff flyout.
Yeah, you can still tell that wind is causing a little bit of havoc out there in left field. Good job by Balcom to stay with it, keep attacking, get the out.
Well, Orlando gave one a ride to deep left center last time up, but ended up flying out, and he's 0 for 2 tonight. Defense, for the most part, plays him straight up. Peter a bit towards the middle. One-0 fouled off. Now ball to strike to Orlando. Omaha heads home after this. They'll begin their final homestand of the year. Take on Iowa and then Colorado Springs. This one hit high in the air to shallow left. Rios coming into his right. He'll make the catch.
Yeah, you could tell on that pitch as he was setting up, they were going to go with that two-seam inside. You could see the grip on your television right there. And you could see how that ball just runs in on his hands to get the fly ball right there.
Now Nicky Lopez coming up, who homered his last time out up the straightaway center field. 6 with Omaha, 8th overall the year. Pitch misses low, certainly made contact on a swing and produced a fly ball that is certainly not indicative of his size. Takes a breaking ball for a strike. Fast mover in the Royals system, signed out of Creighton in 2016, former college teammate with the Dodgers, Jake Peter. Made it to Double-A in his first full year, and now here in Triple-A. Balcom's given him 3 straight breaking balls, and it's 2-1. Schwindel, the big bopper on deck. Huge at bat here in a 1-run game in the 6th inning. Fastball grounded towards short. Solano's got it, throws to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Balcom, who's retired 7 in a row. He's given the Dodgers 6 strong innings on the mound. Dodgers looking to get the offense going again, leading by 1. This is Dodgers baseball on Your View on Cox. Dodgers leading by 1 here in the bottom of the 6th. A win tonight will guarantee that they maintain sole possession of first place in the division before the big showdown with Colorado Springs. A 4-game series which begins here tomorrow night. We'll have a chance to take a preview of that series here in a moment. Now the Dodgers have had leads of 2-0 and 3-1. It's now 3-2. Edwin Rios will lead off. Oaks is settling in, has retired 7 straight, just 16 total pitches his last 2 innings. Rios has gotten a workout in left field tonight. He's 2 for 2 at the plate. Single that scored in the 2nd, bloop RBI single in the 3rd. It's missed by Morin, but it is a strike to even up the count. Shift on for Rios. Jack Lopez in a shallow right. Nicky Lopez back to the right of second. Arteaga back where shortstop normally is. Oaks misses down and away. Like a rare changeup from him.
I was about to say that's pretty much a show-me changeup. It's not one of his better pitches, but to kind of throw that in, it makes the hitter think that there's that other pitch. Not a good put-away pitch.
Now he misses high, and he's behind Rios at 3-1. Hitters count. Pitches line into right field, base hit. 3rd hit tonight for Rios.
Well, Alex, you said it, hitters count. On a 3-1 count, if you're Rios, you're sitting on a pitch, and he certainly did.
The 2 previous times the Dodgers have got the leadoff man on tonight, that man has scored. So again, the big series coming up here in Colorado Springs beginning tomorrow night. The teams at most will be separated by a game and a half. Matt Beatty batting for the left side. That's in for ball 1. Tomorrow night, it'll be Zach Neal and Brandon Woodruff. Dodgers going to have their work cut out of them against Woodruff. He is an excellent pitcher. Of course, Neal coming off maybe his best start with the Dodgers.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that battle tomorrow night. We watched Neal last week just have a phenomenal game, go pretty deep into the game. So it will be a good matchup tomorrow night. Looking forward to it.
And then should be another good one Saturday. Beatty shows bunt, pushes it off to the left side. Arteaga barehand slings to first. It's not in time. A bunt single by Beatty to put 2 on with none out.
Perfect bunt down the third base line. Kind of surprised to see a little throw there. It was a little bit closer than I thought. Just a good piece of, I say hitting, but situational baseball right there.
It's a 1-0 count. Hey, if you can't get it down, it goes foul. 1-1 count. No big deal. Seems like Will Smith, every time he's come up tonight, has been in an elevated situation. Up for another time. Nearly hit a grand slam last time up. Pitches inside. A fly ball to deep right in the second. There was a sac fly in the third. Bases loaded, 2 out. Had the distance but not the direction on a fly ball down the left field line. Ended up hitting to a force out to end that inning. Now he bats with 2 on, none out.
Well, right here with the runner at first and a runner at second, Will Smith up at the plate with no outs. This is probably a situation where you might see a sacrifice bunt.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I think part of it, though, probably in consideration is Jake Peter on deck, who's been in a bit of a slump. As the next pitch called for a strike. And Smith put down a good sac bunt last night in that key 7th inning rally. Now he's down to the count at 1-2. Takes down and away, Moore able to block it. Dodgers up to 8 hits tonight. They have not had more than 8 hits in each of the last 8 games. And they get to 9 at least tonight. Yep, called strike 3 in the breaking ball up of the zone. Third strikeout for Oaks tonight. 2 men on with 1 out for Peter. The Dodgers are now just 2 for 10 with men in scoring position. First pitch to Peter, a little bit high. Well, they've certainly had chances for more than 3 runs tonight. On the homestand with runners in scoring position. Batting just around 200. Lines one foul off the left.
We've talked about how runs are hard to come by at times with the Oklahoma City Dodgers. To start this inning with 2 runners on and no outs, pretty disappointing if they don't get a run here.
Peter fouls one back. It's 1-2. He's flied out to left and grounded out to second. Just 2 for 17 on the homestand.
Well, we've talked about Trevor Oaks, how he's a strike thrower. Get 2 guys on, and he's just battling right here, getting ahead in the the last count or last batter, obviously in a pitcher's count here.
LeCastro, who's really struggled on deck. Weekly grounded towards Lopez. He'll go to second, dive, and get there ahead of Beatty. It gets the second out, but unable to turn two. Now, if Omaha is playing at regular double play depth, they might have been able to get out of the sitting on that ball.
Yeah, this is definitely in Omaha's advantage right here. Obviously, if you throw that ball to first base, yeah, you're going to have 2 outs, but you're going to have a runner at second and a runner at third. You'd rather have 2 outs, a runner at first and third in this situation.
The runners at the corners for LeCastro, who's got a weak ground out and a couple of strikeouts. Just, it's been an uncharacteristic night for LeCastro. We've just seen a lot of awkward swings. Just for whatever reason, does not appear to be seeing it very well against Oaks. And he was not with OKC when these teams played each other earlier this year, so it's the first time in his career he's ever faced him. Guys were both part of Bill Hasselman's 2015 California League Championship squad in Rancho Cucamonga. And teammates in Tulsa in 2016, teammates with OKC last year. A ball and a strike. Throw to first, and Peter in safely.
Would like to see the Dodgers be aggressive on the pass here with 2 outs. You can see he's getting a little more attention over there than normal. But I think you have to be aggressive in this situation. As we were saying, you know, runs are hard to come by, so you got to try to make something happen.
And LeCastro gets hit with a pitch, his specialty. The 15th time this month alone he's been hit by a pitch. Catches it on that elbow guard. That's why he wears it. Now it's the second time tonight the Dodgers have the bases loaded, 2 out. Oaks is going to get a visit from his pitching coach Andy Hawkins before dealing with Andrew Tolles. Back in the second inning, the Dodgers had bases loaded, 2 outs. Smith grounded into a force out at second base. And now Tolles, who's 2 for 3 tonight. First mound visit used by Omaha tonight. Oaks at 90 pitches. Josh Fields, who's currently on rehab assignment, has been throwing in the Dodgers bullpen.
Tolles is definitely someone who's been seeing the ball very, very well. One of our last broadcasts last week. Had some big-time hits. And even when he wasn't getting hits, he was hitting the ball really, really hard, just right at people. Now you have 2 outs, bases loaded. Chance for Tolles to do some damage right here.
Batting to the left side. Breaking balls high. It's been a great homestand for Tolles. 9 for 24. A couple of big homers against Iowa, including a walk-off shot in the homestand opener. Needing a hit from him here. Up by 1 of the 6, bases loaded. Fouls went off to even up the count. Tolles with OKC with the bases loaded this year, 0 for 1, 2 RBIs. Oaks trying to leave them loaded for the second time tonight. Rios at third, Peter at second, and LeCastro at first. One to Tolles. Takes it high, 2-1.
That's good out right there. You could tell he wanted that pitch right there. That's good plate or good pitch discipline right there by Tolles. Now he's worked it to a hitter's count.
Opponents against Oaks, including Smith's at bat, 2 for 8 with the bases loaded this year. Fouls one off, and now Oaks a pitch away from getting out of it. Three-two Dodgers in the 6th. Trying not to let a scoring chance go to waste here and extend the lead. 2-2, Weekly grounded left side. Lopez Fields throws to first. Offline, but Schwindel's tag in time to end the inning. The second time tonight the Dodgers leave the bases loaded. And again, the big 2-out hit is nowhere to be found. No runs, 2 hits, 3 left. Dodgers have now left 8 on through 6 innings. We go to the 7th, still up by just 1 here on Your View on Cox. Josh Fields continuing his rehab assignment. Enters the game in a 1-run contest with the Dodgers in front after leaving the bases loaded for the second time tonight. They're just now 2 for 12 with men in scoring position. 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Dodgers, 2 runs, 5 hits, and 2 errors for the Storm Chasers. So 6 really good innings from Logan Balcom tonight. Now it's up to the bullpen, which on this 6-game homestand has let a lead slip away 3 different times. For Fields, it's the 3rd appearance of his rehab assignment. He's thrown a total of 2 scoreless innings, retired 6 of the 7 batters he's faced.
Gave 2 runs, they were both earned. 5 hits.
Now the part of the order coming up here.
Did not walk anybody. Allowed 1 home run. 84 pitches, 56 strikes.
Frank Schwindel 0 for 2 tonight with a strikeout and a pop out. It'll be Schwindel, Moore, and Arteaga duo. Schwindel batting right. First pitch from Fields. Starts him off with a breaking ball that's down and away. Now Logan Balcom tonight went 6 innings. Ends up allowing just 2 runs and 5 hits. No walks, 4 strikeouts, 84 pitches, 56 strikes. 1-0 from Fields. This is down 2-0.
Number 37, Josh Stalmont, is warming for Omaha. Stalmont.
Fields last appeared Tuesday. Allowed an infield single to lead off the outing, but then retired the next 3 batters through 10 pitches, 7 strikes. Placed on the Los Angeles Dodgers disabled list in late June due to some right shoulder inflammation. Behind Schwindel. Pitch is grounded left side. 2 bounces right to Solano. Throw to first for the first out.
Yeah, you might not think right shoulder inflammation sounds serious, but you know, anything with your right shoulder, that it is serious. You know, there's no timetable for his return back to the big leagues either. And obviously with Jansen coming off the disabled list, and he struggled on his first night back. I'm sure the Los Angeles Dodgers would be excited to have Josh Fields back in the bullpen as soon as he's healthy and ready to go. I think they just want to see him compete a little bit in the AAA level. Just get some innings, get some work, some appearances before he goes back to the big league team.
It has been a tough couple of weeks for the Los Angeles Dodgers bullpen. The latest chapter last night. First pitch to Parker Morin called for a strike, in which they led 1-0 in the 8th. Scott Alexander gave up a tying home run to Tyler O'Neill, a pinch hit home run at that. And then Kenley Jansen gave up a go-ahead 2-run homer to Paul DeYoung in the 9th. Seems like Jansen might have been rushed a bit back. And if the Dodgers have a healthy division lead like they did at this time last year, he probably would still be on the DL or on a rehab assignment, I would imagine. I don't want to say it was out of desperation, but maybe more so out of urgency. But the Dodgers now 4.5 back in the division. Morin takes high. 3.5 out of a wild card spot. They're off tonight. They'll have a home series with San Diego tomorrow. Just got swept by St. Louis for the first time in 12 years. Two teams going in opposite directions right now, the Cardinals and the Dodgers. Tie again to Morin. Replaced Gallagher in the fourth, singled his first time up. One to Morin. Swinging another line drive, another base hit.
Yeah, you can already see that Josh Fields is struggling to get the ball down in the zone. The last 3 fastballs were up in the zone. And when you do that and drive the ball to right field, he's got to get the ball down in the zone.
Right-hander Josh Stelmont warming up in the Omaha bullpen. Tying run now on for the Storm Chasers with 1 out in the 7th. Brings up Artiaga's hit into 2 double plays tonight. First pitch to Artiaga misses high. Get into a 5-4-3 double play in the second, 6-4 double play, 4-3 double play in the fourth. One from Fields, swinging a pop up. Shallow right. Peter going back, calling for it, will make the catch.
Yeah, Fields gets away with the fastball up in the zone right there again. You can just tell he's getting a little bit out in front. He's leaving the arm back behind. His lower half is getting way out in front. He's dragging that arm back, and that's why you're seeing a lot of these fastballs up in the zone.
Tying run remains on for Jack Lopez. 1 for 2 of the runs scored. He bats right. First pitch from Fields. Swings and fouls it off. Well, the scoring chances have been much more plentiful for the Dodgers tonight, but they only lead by 1 run. The 2 things that have hampered the Dodgers the last few weeks is the lack of offensive production and the bullpen. And we'll see if the bullpen, given a 1-run lead here, can be steady tonight. Gets a fastball by him for strike 2. Up in the mid-90s that time. And Josh Fields, not a big guy, but can bring it. Acquired by the Dodgers August of 2016 from the Astros. Fly ball, shallow center. Peter back to make the catch to end the inning. So Fields works around a 1-out single to leave the tying run on. It's time to stretch and sing Oklahoma. Dodgers in front 3-2. Let's send it to public address announcer Jared Gallagher.
Dodgers fans, at this time, get on your feet, stretch out those muscles, and join along as we sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." Now let's sing along to our state song, Oklahoma.
merchandise from the official Oklahoma City Dodgers team store. Stock up on all your hats, shirts, and jerseys today at shopokcdodgers.com. It's your home for all OKC Dodgers gear. Well, the Dodgers still leading by 1 run after missing out on some opportunities to add to it. And now Omaha's bullpen takes over. Right-hander Josh Stelmont. Trevor Oaks, I'll give you his final totals in a moment, made some big pitches when he really needed to. Stelmont will face Kyle Farmer to lead things off. After that, it's Alex Verdugo and Donovan Solano. Stelmont, a guy that's got a live arm, but doesn't always have control and command to go along with it. 38th appearance, 1-5, 1 save, 3.76 ERA, 69 in the third innings. He's got 93 strikeouts, but 50 walks. Opponent's batting .224. He's also susceptible to wild pitches, 13 of them. He had 4 in one outing when the Dodgers last faced him. Well, no problems on that first pitch. Taken for a strike by Farmer, who's 1 for 3.
Yeah, nice loose arm. 94-mile-an-hour fastball right there.
He'll 1 to Farmer. Big breaker that swung out and missed. Oaks tonight goes 6 innings. 3 runs, 2 earned on 8 hits, a walk and 3 strikeouts. Held the Dodgers 2 for 12 with men in scoring position. Batting .200 during the homestand with men in scoring position. Swinging a miss through a fastball, strikes him out on 3 pitches.
Good little pitch sequence there. 94-mile-an-hour fastball followed by a 12-6. Just really, really sharp curveball. And then he paints a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. And I can promise you the one thing that's keeping him from the big leagues are those free passes, those walks, those wild pitches. Those are things you cannot afford to give up in Major League Baseball.
Alex Verdugo looking for his first hit tonight. He asked for time. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Walked in the first, flying out in the third, grounded out in the 5th. Stelmont misses outside for ball 1. Stelmont, 24 years old, from La Habra, California. Second round pick of the Royals, 2015. Out of Azusa Pacific University, a NAIA program that usually is one of the best in the country.
Yeah, traditionally they're always a top 15, top 20 team in NAIA baseball.
There's that big curveball again, but Verdugo lays off it.
Yeah, you see that curveball right there, and that's why he's ranked the number 4 prospect in the system and basically voted as the best curveball in the Royals system. That's just a sharp 12-6 breaking ball that you don't really see that very much anymore. You kind of see the more of a slurve or slider. It's got a lot of bite.
Missed just a little bit off the plate with the fastball for ball 3. Stelmont's last outing Sunday in Colorado Springs, 1 inning, allowed 1 run and 2 hits, a walk and no strikeouts. (3-1) grounded towards the middle. Jack Lopez backhands, throws off his back foot in time for the out.
1-4-3 on the putout.
First 2 men retired here in the 7th for Donovan Solano. Left-hander Edward Paredes warming up in the Dodgers bullpen. Solano 0 for 3 tonight. And now 1 for his last 24. Curveball, the miss is low for ball 1. talked about how the Dodgers enter tonight. Half game ahead of Colorado Springs. A win guarantees them sole possession of first place, entering the series against the Sky Sox tomorrow. Pitches down, and the Sky Sox tonight leading at home against Iowa 4-1 in the fourth. Sky Sox played a doubleheader against Iowa yesterday, both games resulting in walk-off wins. The second of which they were trailing in their final at bat. It's just high and inside, and well, Iowa's James Norwood, who's a really good pitcher. Yes, you could tell the Sky Sox security service field probably got to him. Walk the first three batters, and it's predictable what happened after that. Domingo Santana with a game-winning hit. So the Dodgers lost a half game by virtue of Colorado twice yesterday. Solano hits one in the air, shallow right. Goodwin will not be able to get it, and Solano's got his first hit of the series.
Well, one of the things about having the best curveball in the Royals organization is you better be able to throw it for a strike. He started this batter with back-to-back curveballs for balls. And if you can't throw the curveball for a strike, you're going to sit on fastball. Fastball away, drives to right field.
Now, he mentioned how the Dodgers, it had been 8 straight games with 8 or less hits. That's their 9th tonight. But of those 9 hits, 8 singles, 1 double. And a lot of them have not come at opportune times. Rios has 3 of the 9 hits. Takes high for ball 1. Well, he hit a missile off Stalmont earlier this year in Omaha. One of those that off the bat sounded like a shotgun went off. Hits one of the air to deep center field now. DeWeese, though, stopping on the track and won't make the catch a couple feet from the wall. Nearly did it again, but close doesn't count. No runs, a hit, and a man left in the 7th. We go to the 8th. Still a 1-run Dodgers lead. We've got a good one here on Your View on Cox. And family 4-packs available for tomorrow night, August 24th, when the Dodgers face Colorado Springs. You'll receive 4 tickets to the game, 4 Brahms combo vouchers, and 4 Dodgers hats for only $39.99. Call 405-218-2100 for more information. New pitcher for the Dodgers here in the 8th inning is lefty Edward Paredes, appearing for a second consecutive night. It's DeWeese, Hernandez, and Goodwin due up here. Fields done after 1 inning in which he allowed 1 hit. No runs, no walks, no strikeouts. He threw 13 pitches, 17 strikes. Well, Paredes last night also pitched in the 8th inning. Came in, and guess what? Actually, it was a 2-run game at the time. Inherited a man on with none out, got a strikeout and a double play to end the inning. First pitch to DeWeese, called for a strike. DeWeese 1 for 2 this evening with a single and a strikeout. Fastball hit out of play to the left side. Single in the 3rd, struck out of the 5th. Now we'll see if Paredes breaks out that trademark slider here. Last night threw just 5 pitches. That one was up in the zone, and he fouled it off.
Yeah, on an 0-2 pitch, you know, I would have thought he was going to go with the slider. Obviously went with a fastball right there. This is definitely a count that you would want to go to that devastating slider.
He went to it, but it missed up. been a 3-2 game since the fourth. There's another slider. This one fouled back by DeWeese.
Yeah, that one was a little bit better. As you can see, if he gets on top of it and gets it out in front, you know, if you can get to start at the belt line and get it down in the zone, it's going to have more bite. On the one before that, he just kind of floated that in there up in the zone. Didn't really do much for a hitter's eyes. Now he's got a 1-2 count, can basically throw anything he wants right here, fastball in or go with the slider.
Here comes the pitch. Fastball lined into shallow center, a base hit. Tying runs on with none out in the 8th inning. DeWeese's second hit tonight. Hernandez is 0 for 2. Well, they got ahead of DeWeese, could not put him away. First pitch is inside, ball 1. Stetson Alley has been warming up in the Dodgers bullpen. Alley, the hard-throwing right-hander, getting ready. Pitch is swung out and missed for strike 1. Hernandez flied out to right in the 3rd, struck out of the 5th. Look at first. Pitch is hit out of play to the right side.
Good job by Paredes to get back ahead in the count here. See if he pays attention over there to first base a little bit.
Goodwin on deck. Ball and 2 strikes to Hernandez. Almost went, but held up.
And you saw there, yeah, the pitch was down in the zone, but that was just a great slider right there. Had a lot of bite on it.
Two to Hernandez. Got him. Looking, fastball down to the zone.
Yeah, great pitch. And when you're able to throw the slider down in the zone, when you're able to follow that back up with another pitch down in the zone, just a great job by Paredes right there on the strikeout looking. And Alex, you and I have talked about how when we get later in the games, this is what you want to see. You want to see the bullpen come in and shut the door. Obviously, you had Fields had a good inning last inning. Paredes got 1 out. See how he finishes this inning.
DeWeese got a huge jump, throw down to second, not going to be in time.
Stolen base.
Smith made as good of a throw as he could, but he really just had no chance based on the jump. DeWeese's 7th steal with Omaha. He's perfect since joining the Storm Chasers. I mean, he's 3/4 of the way there by the time Smith even threw the ball.
Yeah, the last at bat, I thought that's when we would see a runner in motion. Obviously, when you have a straight steal like that, you're going on the pitcher's first move, and Paredes does have a high lead kick. Didn't really give Smith much of a chance.
0-1 down and away. They'll peel the check swing. Goodwin. Second straight night these two meet, and Paredes struck him out last night. Tying run now in scoring position here in the 8th inning. Goodwin 0 for 3 with an RBI tonight. Imagine this is probably the final batter for Paredes, with a right-hander Orlando due up next. One to Goodwin. Breaking ball sneaks over the inside corner for strike 2. If you're a left-handed hitter, there's not much you can do with that pitch.
No, not at all. You know, and Alex, I was just looking at the outfield. I mean, they're obviously not playing them all straight up. They're not playing them pull. Well, Castro looks like he's playing a little shallow there.
He tends to play shallow in general, but I'm surprised in this situation as a throw back to second, but Deweezen safely. I'm surprised still here. Castro doesn't have a great arm. We've seen in situations like this before, Bill Hasselman will play him in because if a base hit gets down into center, the guy's going to score from second.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's kind of being aggressive with your defense. You don't think about that a whole lot in baseball, but this is the situation. And he gets him again for the second straight night. Back-to-back strikeouts, 2 away in the inning.
Just a great job of Paredes right here. You see that? Look at that slider. When he gets in front of that and he gets it down in the zone, it has so much action, and that's what you're going to get with a left-hand hitter, that slider low and away.
So Paredes will leave. Dodgers will play some matchups here with Stetson Alley. Is going to emerge from the bullpen. He had a tough time last time out. We'll talk more about that in a moment. And now he's going to be thrust into a huge spot here in the 8th. The man at second and 2 away. It's 3-2 here on Your View on Cox. All right, we're going to take a look at how we got to this point. Dodgers scoring in a wild pitch in the first, and that Will Smith, deep fly to right that was dropped by Goodwin, would have been a sac fly regardless. Now a runner scores to make it 2-0. Then in the third, the Dodgers scoring again. Rios gets jammed, but is able to bloop one into shallow left for an RBI knock. And the Dodgers at that point had a 3-1 lead, but Nicky Lopez in the fourth goes out to straightaway center. Just a few feet from the fence, and Lopez connecting on the solo homer to make it 3-2. It has been that way ever since. Now Stetson Alley, who did not record an out in his last outing on Tuesday night, did not retire any of the 4 batters he faced. The very first pitch he threw was a grand slam hit by Schwindel.
No runs thus far.
He'll face Paulo Orlando here with a man at second and 2 out as Deweese represents the tying run. So Alley had been off to a wonderful start with OKC, but gets end up charging with 4 runs without recording it out in his last outing. First full year as a relief pitcher. Began the transition in the middle of last season. It's one of those where I on one hand, I like that he's back out there, an important spot. It's for his development. And you hope that he can have a short memory and be able to get this batter to keep the lead in hand. 6 2/3 innings with the Dodgers. Now the overall numbers are skewed by that last bout outing. He's been allowed now a total of 6 runs, 5 earned on 5 hits. But his first, again, he had thrown 6 2/3 by allowing just a total of 2 runs and 1 earned on just 2 hits prior to that on Tuesday night. I would imagine Paulo Orlando is going to be sitting first pitch fastball just like Frank Schwindel did on the grand slam a couple nights ago. And that's the thing for Alley, where the slider's probably not to the point where it is yet where you can really be confident in throwing at first pitch.
No, and it's definitely a pitch that you have to have confidence in, because with a slider, it either has the bite or it doesn't. And if you happen to throw it in there and hang it, this is a guy that can drive it out of the ballpark.
Orlando 0 for 3 tonight. Omaha with the tying run at second, 2 away in the 8th. And he came with it and got a swing and a miss.
Yeah, Alex, you call it. He was definitely sitting on that fastball. Now he's kind of got that Noah Syndergaard hair flow going.
Nothing in 1 to Orlando. Deweese goes, pitches grounded to short. Solano has it, takes his time, throws to first, and the Dodgers are out of it. So Omaha puts the leadoff man on and gets him into second base with 1 out. But a couple strikeouts and a groundout gets the Dodgers out of the inning. They'll look to get some more breathing room in the bottom of the 8th. This is Dodgers baseball, and your view on Cox. Dogs on Friday and Chaparral Energy Family Sunday to finish off the weekend. Get your tickets now starting at just $9 at OKCDodgers.com or call 405-218-1000. Dodgers will look to add to their lead here in the bottom of the 8th. It's going to be tough, though, against lefty Richard Lovelady, who has just been lights out when he has faced the Dodgers this year. His overall numbers are really good, too, but against the Dodgers, I mean, he has just looked completely unhittable. He has Matt Beatty, Will Smith, and Jake Peter coming up here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Lovelady making his 42nd appearance, 3-2, 6 saves, 2.48 ERA. 60 strikeouts, 19 walks, and 65 in the 3rd innings. Opponents batting just .203. Now, we'll tell you his numbers against the Dodgers here in a moment. Matt Beatty tonight is 2 for 3. Josh Stalbot done after 1 inning. No runs, 1 hit, no walks, 1 strikeout. Dodgers have not scored since the 3rd. Scored 1 run in each of the first 3 innings. Nothing since. Lovelady's first pitch fastball called for a strike. These are almost video game numbers Lovelady has put up against the Dodgers this year. He's made 4 appearances against him. He's thrown 10 innings. No runs, 4 hits, 1 walk, 13 strikeouts. Has that crossfire delivery from the left side. He gets ahead of Beatty at 0-2. The Dodgers this season against Lovelady have gone 4 for 34.
Tonight's attendance, 5,198. 5,198.
Yeah, Alex, you mentioned his motion or his arm slot right there, and obviously he's going against a left-handed hitter, which is certainly tough to hit off as he's trying to pound that outside part of the plate. One thing that he's improved on is definitely his off-speed pitch. That was one thing that's kind of held him back. Hard-throwing right-hander or left-hander.
Beatty with a fly ball to center. DeWeese started in, now going back, and will make the catch.
Number 47, Brian Schlitter, warming for Oklahoma City. Schlitter.
Not on, and 2 out for Will Smith, who's 0 for 2 with a sac fly tonight. And the Dodgers with 1 run each in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Omaha with 1 each in the 3rd and 4th. Brian Schlitter begins to warm in the Dodgers bullpen. Smith takes low. Lovelady's last outing last Saturday in Colorado Springs through a 1 inning, got the loss, gave up 1 unearned run on 1 hit. It was the same play, a triple plus an error on the play, which allowed a deciding run to score. Smith takes it for ball 2. Sac fly in the 2nd. Into a force out to leave the bases loaded in the 3rd. Struck out of the 6th. Dodgers have left 9 runners on tonight. Bases loaded twice. Swing and a miss through a fastball for strike 2. In the top of the 9th for Omaha, it's going to be Lopez, Schwindel, and Morin. 3, 4, 5. Nicky Lopez, need to specify. 2-2, misses down and in. Lovelady, 10th round pick of the Royals in 2016. 23-year-old from Georgia. 3-2, got him on a fastball. Base is empty, 2 down for Jake Peter, who's 0 for 3. Peter bats from the left side. They've shifted him a lot tonight. Not now, though, with Lovelady, the pitcher, on the mound. Will play back, and Lopez a bit towards the middle. Fires another one in there, low in the zone for strike 2.
Yeah, you see he's just attacking that outside part of the plate there to a left-hand hitter. And that's got to be tough as a left-hand hitter to try to hit off an arm angle like.
Yeah, Peter asking Clayton Ham. He thought it was low. Line foul off the left side. Final meeting of the season between these two. It has been tight from start to finish. Dodgers trying to win the rubber match. Get a split in the season series as well. Peter hanging tough, fouls off another one.
Yeah, that's the 4th straight pitch that he's tried to go low and outside. It's a good time to try to mix it up and either change eye levels and go something a fastball up in the zone or bring it inside. I'm sure they'll probably stay smart and stay with the outside part of the plate here with slider.
Morin sets up. He called it. That'll end the inning as the Dodgers go down in order again with just nothing able to sniff anything here against Lovelady. We go to the 9th inning. Dodgers trying to hang on. It's 3-2 at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark here on Your View on Cox. Have an inning to go in a tight game tonight, but a big series coming up with Colorado Springs beginning tomorrow. Dodgers will be anywhere from a game and a half up on the Sky Sox to a half game behind the Sky Sox as they begin a 4-game series here at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. Pitching matchups are there. We'll be on the air here on Your View on Cox Extra the next 2 nights. But the bottom line is we'd love to have you watching. We'd really love to have you here at the ballpark. It is, even though the Dodgers have won some division titles the last few years, it has not been as tight of a race as this is going to be. You need to get out to the ballpark, get loud, and get behind your Dodgers here. And what's their final home series of the year, and a huge one at that. Brian Schlitter takes over here in the 9th inning, but the Dodgers ahead by 1 run. Nicky Lopez, Frank Schwindel, Parker Morin due up. Lopez 1 for 3 with a solo home run. Schlitter pitching for 2nd straight night. That pitch is low for ball 1. Schlitter makes his 52nd appearance, 6-1 with 17 saves, 3.49 ERA.
Yeah, I absolutely love watching him pitch. If you notice his downhill plane as he pitches, it's definitely high to low, and it's tough to hit.
Got Lopez to ground out in front of the plate last night. That was in a different situation, though. A 3-run game in the 9th. This is a 1-run game. And he's behind Lopez. There's a strike. So for Edward Paredes, 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Stetson Alley, 1/3 of an inning, nothing across, and stranded the tying run in scoring position. Great to see Alley with that bounce back appearance. Now behind at 3-1. Schwindel on deck. Next pitch from Schlitter. There's a strike. And now they count full. Three-two. Got him. Would have been a borderline pitch. And I think you saw there at the end, Nicky Lopez asked Clayton Ham if it was a strike. He shook his head.
Yeah, very close pitch. Good swing and miss right here. Would have been a ball. That's a way to climb the ladder right there behind in the count. Get out number 1 in the 9th inning.
Now, like you said, Grant, behind 3-1, strikes him out. First pitch to Schwindel is low. Now Schwindel's got a team-leading 22 homers. Last night, Schlitter jammed him, got him to fly out to left. He's behind 2-0. Peter playing Schwindel towards the middle. Farmer near the line at third. Grounded foul towards Omaha manager Brian Poldberg. Omaha needs to win to remain statistically alive. Now, Schwindel wincing. Now, we can't tell from there if he might have fouled it off his foot. I'm going to guess he did based on the follow-through there.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to walk it off. Looks like it went off that left ankle. You can see he's got some protection down there. Yep, right off the toes. Ouch.
2-1. Chops one foul. As I like to say, if I would to do that, I probably wouldn't walk for a week. These guys just go right back in the batter's box. And it seems so often that after that happens, they'll get a hit or, you know, something positive will happen.
Well, now we've evened up the count here. Be aggressive right here and put it away.
Breaking ball grounded to short. Solano backhands, throws to first. It's in time. And Schwindel was definitely going gingerly up the line. Not to say he would have beat it at normal speed, but that play didn't end up being close because he looked a bit hobbled.
Yeah, on the second one, he actually, on the foul ball, after he took it off his foot, he maybe took one step out of the box, and he did not want to take another one.
Parker Morin tonight has come off the bench to go 2 for 2. And replaced Cam Gallagher in the 4th inning. So the catcher spot in the 5th spot in the order has gone 3 for 3 tonight. Morin bats left. Takes strike 1. Dodgers trying to hang on here in the 9th inning, take 2 of 3 and get a couple of wins heading into that big series against Colorado Springs. Grounded to the right side. Beatty backhands, flips to Schlitter. That'll do it. And the Dodgers from the 4th inning on hangs on to a 3-2 lead. And they take 2 of 3 here against Omaha. And like just mentioned, they're winners of back-to-back heading into the monumental series against the Colorado Springs Sky Sox. As tonight, the bullpen, which had been shaky throughout the homestand, was nails tonight. And the Dodgers hang on for the 1-run win here against Colorado Springs. 3-2 the final. Dodgers shaking hands and high fives on the mound tonight. Nice to see on one of our games here on Your View on Cox. We'll be back with the post-game little wrap-up here in a moment on Your View on Cox.